Welcome to Daily Zohar. The Zohar says, Vata igdalna koach Hashem. And now, the might of Hashem will grow and develop. Rabbi Yacha and Rabbi Yossi omrim. Rabbi Yacha and Rabbi Yossi say, Ashreim Yisrael michol ha'amim sheba'olam. Lucky are the Jews from all the nations in the world, שהקדוש ברוך הוא רצה בהם וקרא שמו בהם והתפאר בהם. The HaKadosh Baruch Hu saw it fit to choose them. ולא נברא העולם, and the whole world is created and is existing for what? שישראל יתעסקו בתורה, for the Jews to learn Torah. That's a big statement. You think about it, when you are not learning Torah, the account in which you will have to give for why you didn't. Let's just think about it for a second. You have an opportunity. Now, you can come and learn Torah for 1 hour. 1 hour! You have an opening between, let's say, your work or your college. You have an opening for an hour to come. And you decided that hour you want to do Pilates, or you want to do yoga. This is good, but not as good as that. What you are doing is, I'll try to be nice, basically spitting in the face of the world. Why? HaKadosh Baruch Hu had to take everything and move everything around and create all the opportunities in the world to happen. And if you want to go for it all the way back from the beginning of time, so you will be able to learn everything. That your professor will have to come from Southeast Laos, and your school will be moving here, and this will happen here, and your parents bought the house here, they didn't buy it there. Every moment, every action was made and directed, so you, His Majesty, could come and learn Torah for 1 hour. And you said, I ain't coming. I'm going to do Pilates. You will have to give account to everybody for the decision that you made. It was made for you. All the sacrifices that other people had to do for you to come to learn. And you didn't. That's a big duty. And why is that? Ki echad be'echad mitkasher. One is connected to the other. What does it mean? ישראל למטה בעולם הזה הם הקיום שלו והם קיום של שאר כל העמים. By the Jews learning Torah, they bring a certain abundance to this place. The Gemara says, when the Jews do what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants, their job is being done by others. When the Jews don't do what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants, they do other people's job. The Gemara says that. In order for us to come and learn Torah, everything has to be appropriate to do so. Mimele, for our existence, Mimele, this place is being blessed with abundance. So people enjoy the benefit that comes to this place because of us. And I told you this before, look at in history. History does not repeat itself. The patterns repeat themselves. So therefore follow every time that the Jews were in a place and they were prosperous in Torah, and they were allowed to learn. Look what happened to this place. They flourished, became big, became successful. Whether it was Spain, whether it was Portugal, France, Turkey, Italy. Show me a place that the Jews were there and they were allowed to practice Judaism and to learn Torah, And show me a place that did not prosper because of that. One way or another, there was always prosperity. The Jews were kicked, the place fell. That's the way it is. Call it whatever you want. Call it consequences. Call it, even if you're an atheist. Even if you're an atheist. For whatever reason you would say, well, you're right. You'll give me a different reason, but the fact is the fact. You can't argue with the fact. Whatever your theory would be, the fact is the fact. It doesn't change because you believe or you don't believe. That's the fact. The reason is because of that. Kadosh Baruch Hu brings the abundance to this place. And it says, when Kadosh Baruch Hu created man in the world, He arranged them, Keneged Elyon v'Nichbad, as an image of a supreme being. V'natan kocho v'tukpo be'emtza gufo. And He gave you, in the middle of your body, something that will give you all the power in the world to live. The heart. Shu tokef umozin kol haguf. The heart gives nourishment to the whole entire body. Umisham nizon kol haguf. And the nourishment for the whole body comes from the heart. The heart is the heart of things. Is the pump that puts the blood all over the body and the energy, what do you want to call it, your soul, your chi, your vitamins, whatever you want to call it. It's all generated by the heart. Through the blood, it pumps it all over the place. Your heart will stop. 1, 2, 3. Doctor, what happened? If your heart stops, 3 seconds, doesn't open. Call Chevra Kadisha. Call Rabbi Zol. That's it. Call Hatzalah first. You're right, call Hatzalah first. Call Danny, it's on call. You're right, it's finished. And he goes like this. והלב מתאחז ומתחזק במקום עליון שלמעלה. And the heart is nourished from something that comes from above. שהוא במוח, בראש, השורה למעלה. Right? How does the heart operate? Through the brain. The brain gives it the command to work, right? That's the way it works, more or less.
It has its own electricity also.
Okay, but if there's no brain,
It's still home.
for what reason?
To supply the brain.
What's the heart supplies? Most of the blood in your body goes to where? To your head. To your brain. Most of the blood in the body goes to the brain, right? And the brain controls the heart. Now, and this is connected one to the other. It's a analogy of how things happen in the spiritual world. And he goes, HaKadosh Baruch Hu fixed the world. V'asa'o guf echad. It made it into one body, one unit. That's why you don't live only in this one. You live in that world as well. V'itkin evrei haguf misaviv lalev. And he put the limbs of the body around the heart. You know that your heart is not really on the left side, right, doctor? It's a little bit more the middle, just tilted, like this. It's more right here, and everything is around it. You know what will happen if the heart will be only here? We'll have disruption of flow. On one side will get more. It's equal, and everything, our body is really equal, symmetrical. Imagine you have more pressure or more blood flowing to one leg than the other. You won't be able to walk straight. There's something wrong if you have more blood flowing to one leg than the other, right, doctor? Or one side of your body to the other. And he goes, and all the limbs nourished from the heart, but everything depends on the heart. That's why you see that death by Judaism goes, first of all, on your heart. If the heart doesn't pump, you're gone. There's other things as well. right? But if there's no heart, it's very hard to live without a heart, right? If your heart is not pumping, how about your lungs?
What's first?
No, if the heart is not pumping,
Yeah.
there's no lungs. Why? Because there's no blood that goes to the lungs. It's all gone. והלב הוא מתקשר ונאחז במוח העליון, and the heart is connected to the brain, which is up there. Come and see. When HaKadosh Baruch Hu created this world, He put this order in this world itself. He puts the ocean that surrounds the whole land. Yeshiva, and the land of all places. It's all around Jerusalem. Even though that on the map, Jerusalem is not at 0, 0, even though that this is not exactly the middle of my body, my body will be right here. But still, everything is around that. The whole entire world, the center of the world, Jerusalem. And I told you this before. If you want to see the intent of any nation, look at how they treat two things. Even though I'm putting three fingers, it's actually two things. Because it's actually three, there are two, or two, there are three. For example, how they treat the Jews. What's their reaction to the Jews? They want to neutralize the Jews? Or are they okay with them? How they treat Jerusalem? They don't want to control Jerusalem? They don't want to control Jerusalem. Those two will reflect on what they're going to do with the world. If you have a nation that is trying to oppress, destroy, and God forbid abolish the Jews, you know they're after the world. If you have a nation that wants to take over Jerusalem, you know they're after taking over the world. Look at Iran. Iran's intentions are not local to the Middle East. They're globally. They haven't given up the dream of ancient Persia, even though most of the Persians today, the Iranians today, are not actually Persians. All the Ayatollahs are not Iranian, they're not Persians. There's some kind of like Turks that came, all the Ayatollahs, right? They meant some kind of Turks, and who knows what they are. Look at Turkey. Turkey views Jerusalem as the eye of the Islam. Therefore, Turkey's intent is to be a major force. Every nation throughout history that wanted to control the world wanted to control the Jews or control Jerusalem. Where Hitler sent the Jews on a boat, his intent was not to see or just to throw the Jews out. What would the people do? Nobody wanted those elite that went on that famous boat, and then when they went back, even the United States, they didn't want them. Nobody cares. Let me take them. My plan is clear. I can take over the world. His biggest mistake is trying to take England. If he would say, listen, we'll finish with France, we'll take over the rest of England, slowly, slowly, he will be over controlling the world. Every nation, look at the intents, how they treat Jerusalem, how they treat the Jews. They will tell you how they want to, what's the intent of the world. That is another fact. Does America want to control the world? No. Does America allow Jews to be Jews? Does America want to take over Jerusalem? No. Please check it throughout history. Throughout history. That's not, again, it's a fact. It's a historical fact. Jerusalem is the center of the world. All the energies, the hub, all the channels of energy that are in the world, the center is Jerusalem. It's not the geographical center, but it's the center of all energy. That's what the Gemara said that Shlomo HaMelech was able to plant side by side peppers and apples, even though one grows in cold weather, one grows in hot weather. Because he knew the paths of energy, so therefore he knew, oh, this is the energy that goes to Africa, so I'm going to plant along the line peppers, and he grew. This is the energy that goes to the north, I grow apples, even though it was one by one near the other, but he knew the energies. That's like a hub. If you look at I didn't understand until I looked the first time at, I flew, internationally, of course, not in Israel. I flew internationally. I saw a map of like a center and, like an airline center, and then the heaven. I said, wow, that's what it means. When it says Jerusalem is the center of the world, that's what it means. Why? You control the center, you control the whole entire thing. That's why you need to love God with all your heart. If you love God with all your heart, you love it with all your body. You can love God with your hand and not with your legs. You need to love Him with your heart. The heart will control everything. And the heart will correspond with your brain. And then you'll be able to fulfill the mitzvah of loving God. It says, Yerushalayim, v'akol mekiv, and everything surrounds Jerusalem. V'Yerushalayim shora be'emtza kol ha'yishuv v'yimakefet, and the center of Jerusalem is the Temple Mount. And the Temple Mount, the center of it is the Azara. And the Azarot, Lishkat HaGazit. We're making the circle smaller and smaller. And that's where Sanhedrin. The center is Lishkat HaGazit, where the Sanhedrin sits. ולמדנו אין ישיבה בעזרה אלא למלכי בית דוד בלבד, ולשכת הגזית מקיפה את המזבח. And the Lishka surrounds the Mizbeach, and the Mizbeach את האולם, and האולם את ההיכל. וההיכל בית קודש הקודשים, the Holy of Holies, going chambers, one inside the others. That's how Beit HaMikdash was designed like this, to show you how the world is designed. Shesham in Beit HaKodashim. Shama Shechina Shora. This is the center. This is where the Shechina, the holy presence dwells. V'akaporet, v'akruvim, v'aaron. And the tabernacle itself, the Aron. How do you say the Aron? The Ark. The Indiana Jones. Ark of Covenant. It's all there. Because from there, you connect to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And this is the lev, and this is the heart. Shekol ha'aretz v'chol ha'olam. And this is the heart of the land, and this is the heart of the world. And from here, all the nourishments comes to all the other places in the world, which are the limbs of the body. And the heart is being nourished from the head. And they are connected together. And that glue is the Torah. What puts it all together is the Torah. I'm very sad to say that. How long ago was 1967? Oops. How long ago was 1967? Oh, come on, all the math wizards. 46 years. What date was Sunday? English date? The 9th. Anybody knows what happened June 6, 1967? The 6-Day War. And this was what? Sunday was the 9th? What happened after 3 days, 4 days of war? No, Jerusalem was taken. Jerusalem was freed. The access to the Kotel, to the western wall, was free, and it's the first time in 2,000 years the Jews had free access to the Kotel, the last remnant of our temple. After the war, the Jews gave the Temple Mount back to the Arabs. They were afraid. They didn't see the right for their mountain. Let's give it out. But you know what happened this Sunday? It's the first time in 47 years that the access for Jews was blocked for the first time freely to go to the Kotel. Do you know why? There was a major event in Yerushalayim that caused tremendous traffic jam, delayed thousands of people from going to work, traffic jams all over the place because the access to the Kotel was blocked because some bright light women decided that they need to pray in the Kotel, not in the area designated to them. They want to pray in the Kotel with the tefillin, with the Sefer Torah. They want to contaminate the heart of us. So the first time in 47 years, you were not allowed to go as a free man to the Kotel and pray. That is called spiritual cholesterol. You don't get cholesterol the first time you eat a cheeseburger or you take, I don't know, whatever, eat margarine. But it's over time. The fact that we gave the Temple Mount in 1967 results that today, this few days ago, Jews prevented Jews to go freely to the Kotel. I would hate to think what will happen in the next 47 years. That's why you have to voice your voice to the state of Israel and to speak out your concern and disapproval of such an act. Jerusalem, the land of Israel, does not belong to the Israelis. It belongs to the Jews. And if you don't realize that, nor willing to take a stand against that, to voice your protest against such things, you are just as guilty. And don't come and complain 47 years from now. Have a great day.